Hey there, welcome to another episode of Football Everyday, coming to you live and direct from the studios here at Menara Star in PJ. Nelson with you as usual. Joining me today, Ben, Ibrahim and Zack, Yusof. Good to see you guys. I tell you what, in what certainly has been an eventful week, we've seen the league practically headed for Old Trafford, but after this morning, there may be a twist yet, right guys? Okay, with United, controversially beating QPR last weekend, and City losing to Arsenal. I mean, the Red Devils had an 8-point lead, going to last night's games, right? But I mean, they surprisingly went down by a single goal at Wigan. City quite easily thrashed West Brom in the other fixture, so the lead's back to 5 points now, right? So, I mean, Zack, I'll start with you. They generally have a good record against Wigan. So this was rather unbecoming of United, right?
Yeah, unbecoming, extremely surprising, shocking even, Nelson. But, in football, anything can happen. And Wigan actually have been playing really well for the last 8 games. They were cheated out of the points against Chelsea. Some horrific refereeing. And you know what? I mean, this just displays just how amazing their form is at the moment, and it also goes to show you how difficult it is to play clubs fighting for their lives.
And it's time Roberto Martinez got some of the luck, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's quite worrying to see how lack of ideas United were without Scholes. Do they really need Paul Scholes that much? I mean. Apparently so.
Got to agree with you there. I mean, well, if you had told Sir Alex at the start, that he'd have a 5-point lead at this stage of the season, Ben, he'd have taken it, right?
He'd have taken it, but like he always says every season, Nelsen, Zack, squeaky bum time. Everything doesn't go according to plan in the last 5 or 6 games. Injuries. We thought Danny Welbeck would start this match, but he didn't. He was on the bench. Chicharito started, and Chicharito looked a bit flat, so he came off in the 56th minute. Danny Welbeck came on, but nothing was from this match, Wigan were hungry. And Fergie did say after the match that Wigan were the better side.
And so did Rio Ferdinand in his Twitter comment, right?
Definitely.
Right.
So they were being objective.
Right, so United deserved to lose then. Okay, well, taking full advantage of United's slip-ups, City put 4 past West Brom. So have they reason to believe again, Zack?
Well, yeah, I mean, even before last night's games, I do think that Mancini, he's telling the press that, the title's all over. I think it's a bit of a ruse. He won't believe that it's over until it's mathematically certain, like any coach. So I think he's playing his cards close to his chest. But they needed that win yesterday. Definitely. They needed to win in emphatic style, and they did it,
To get confidence
Tevez may well turn out to be the saving grace for City.
All right. Well, over at Molineux, Arsenal tightened their grip on that coveted third spot with an easy 3-0 win over Wolves. I mean, Ben, most people would have predicted a Gunners win, but 9 points adrift from safety. Surely Wolves look doomed, right?
They're gone. They're gone. Unfortunately, I like them. I like them a lot. They're a hard-working team. A bit unlucky at times, but their defending is pretty ordinary to very, very bad. So when you defend like that against every team, when you lose your marker, when you don't commit to your man very, very early, when you don't close your man down, you're gonna lose games and you're gonna let goals in.
So in the Premier League, when you lose games, you're going down.
If you play like that, you deserve to be in the Championship.
Right.
But I like them though. I do like them. They are very hard-working
So hopefully
side.
we'll see them back up.
Hopefully,
go down, right?
yeah.
Okay. Well, on the topic of relegation, still, Queens Park Rangers are finally put in a great performance in front of their home fans as they beat Swansea by 3-0. I mean, look. They're now up to 16th, 2 points above the final relegation spot.
Safety for now.
Yeah, though Bolton have a game in hand, but vital win for Mark Hughes.
Vital win, right, and I'm sure for like QPR, it's great to see their captain Joey Barton proving the fans wrong. He's the guy who got booed by his own fans a few weeks back.
And they were unlucky against United last week.
Unlucky against United, and he gets himself on the score sheet and has a great game. So this is all boding well for Mark Hughes' last-minute escape plan, so we'll see what happens.
Right, Ben, on the Swansea end, they seem to have kind of dropped a notch following the 4th loss in a row.
Well,
so, what do you think has gone wrong there?
Well, there's a big rumour going around that Brendan Rodgers is being headhunted for some of the big clubs. Chelsea perhaps. Tottenham if Harry Redknapp moves on. Yeah, so there's a bit of air of an uncertainty there at Swansea. So when there's a bit of uncertainty, teams go a bit wonky. If you look at Spurs, they went a bit wonky when there was a big rumor that Harry would move on to the big job. So something's going on.
I don't know. Swans, they secured their safety a few weeks back. I think it's a case of foot off the pedal.
True.
And once you take your foot off the pedal, you get beat. I think a team like Swansea have to play at 100% all the time.
Right.
But they're already on their summer break.
You're right. Right, okay, well, speaking of Spurs, I mean, the night before, notable results saw Spurs suffer a big setback in their battle for that coveted third spot. I mean, as they were beaten 2-1 at White Hart Lane by Norwich City, which we know another newly promoted team, right? I mean, look, they steamroll through the middle part of the season, but when it's crunch time, they contrive to blow it, right? Ben,
Yeah,
so this seems to be the perennial problem
It's
for Spurs,
playing
right?
under pressure because Harry always says you need to deliver week in, week out. And
Yep.
Norwich, take nothing away from them.
Yep.
They were the hungrier team. They were the better side.
Yep.
Full of endeavour, full of commitment. They deserve the 3 points. Take nothing away from them.
Do you agree with Ben's assessment in that
Yeah,
general? Zack?
yeah, pretty much. I mean, Norwich, unlike the Swans, have decided to keep pushing right to the very end, and they're getting their just rewards. They played Everton,
Yep.
and then they played Spurs in the space of 3 days?
Yep.
36 hours.
And to pull out 4 points out of that is a
yeah,
great
good
achievement
result,
for
yeah.
Norwich.
Definitely. Okay, well, in the game at Craven Cottage, Fulham came back from a goal down for a 1-1 draw with Chelsea. I mean, after Frank Lampard had put the Blues in front from a penalty, they looked set for all 3 points until Clint Dempsey's late intervention. Zack, now this is a man who's real hot at the moment. And with his contract due to end soon, Martin Jol has described him as indispensable.
Yeah, of course
and,
he
with
is.
The big clubs, rumored to be in.
Of course
for him.
he is.
I mean, do you think he'll stay?
Any guy that can score 20 goals a season for any club in the Prem is indispensable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the so-called bigger clubs will be knocking on Dempsey's door. He's been like this for
He seems to have been
3
Fulham
years.
for like
If
donkey years, right?
if you play fantasy football, Nelson, one of the key guys to buy in any given season is Clint Dempsey.
Yeah.
You get assists, you get goals, right?
And his
he's
stock
only,
has risen.
he's only getting better.
Yeah.
And I think he's been making noises about wanting to play Champions League football, and who can blame
And at
him?
29, why not, right? It could be the
Yeah.
time.
He's
Right?
at the peak. If he's going to
Twilight.
move, it's going to be now.
Do you think he'll move, Ben?
Yes, I think he will. I think he wants to play big football, Champions League football. He
Test
wants to
himself
win at
in-
least a
yeah.
medal before he hangs up the boots. So yeah, he'll move on. And
Right.
Martin Jol, he's not too famous about managing the dressing room. So
That's
yeah,
true.
I think
Just
a
like
lot
Bobby
of
Zamora.
Fulham guys will want to move on. Bobby Zamora started the trend going
Right.
to QPR.
All right, great stuff, guys. Hang on to your thoughts as it is time for our customary break here on the show. We'll be right back with a look at this weekend's eye-catching fixtures as well as the FA Cup semi-finals. So stay tuned. We'll see you real soon. Welcome back here on the second segment of Football Everyday. I tell you what, guys, the league rolls on this weekend. And on Saturday, Man City are in action first in the early kickoff at Carroll Road where Norwich City await. Zack, Norwich are no easy meat as we know, and they proved so yet again with that good win at Spurs. So can City expect a stiff test?
They can't expect a stiff test, but I think that City have all the resources to overcome any threat that Norwich have to throw at them. No disrespect to Norwich,
Yep.
but I think 3 games in a week is a big ask for them to replicate that high standard of play,
Especially now that City have got the
Yeah,
little psychological
City
momentum
should
back.
be, they should be hungry. They should be focused in on. They've got a little chance now, a little light at the end of the dark tunnel, and they should capitalize on it. So I'm looking at a
Without
City
Balotelli
win.
as well. Right?
Without Balotelli, no distractions now. So
Right, so it
should be a City win.
All right. Well, over at the Liberty Stadium, meanwhile, Swansea play host to Blackburn Rovers. I don't know why, but many people, want to see Steve Keane keep his side up due to his resilience and turning a deaf ear to all the calls for his head over the course of the season.
He's tough, isn't he?
Yeah. But they're second from bottom at the moment, having played a game more than Bolton, so it's going to be hard, right, Ben?
It's going to be hard because they would have felt a little bit cheated that they didn't get anything against Liverpool.
Yep.
But bad defending. Now, I've always said this. If you look at the bottom 5 clubs, guys, their defending is very, very
They've been leaking
ordinary.
goals, right?
They've been leaking goals, especially Wolves, Blackburn, QPR to a certain degree, but QPR are improving. If you can't just mark your man, tag your man, close them down, or attempt to close them down, you're going to let in goals. You let in goals, you're going to lose games. So Blackburn, they've got to concentrate for 95 minutes,
And we know
not 90.
Swansea are good at home.
They are. They're
Swansea have a
strong,
great record at
confident. They're going through a little bit of a slump, which we spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
But I think the Swans will come out on top because they're at home. Confidence is better, and Blackburn's their confidence is shattered.
That's true. So Blackburn would take a draw, right?
Blackburn would take a draw. They'd be happy. I think they'd be doing cartwheels if they took a draw. Yeah.
That's true. Okay, well, continuing on with the relegation dogfight, QPR travel to Roy Hodgson's West Brom are looking to build on their momentum following that excellent 3-0 win over Swansea. I mean, can they do so, Zack?
Well, going in to any crunch game, winning 3-0 is always a good thing. But I tell you, the Baggies, they're hard to call, mate. They're hot.
Good team.
Exactly.
Cold the other, right? I mean, you know what? They got thrashed. Night before?
They beat Blackburn 3-0.
And then before that, they win 3-0. So you don't know which Baggies are going to show up, the lazy one or the one that's really focused on the job. I think much depends on the likes of Odemwingie.
Which side turns up that day,
Yeah,
right?
if West Brom have all their star players firing, they've got a chance because they're a good team.
All right.
But this is draw written all over it, mate.
That's true. Well, okay. On Sunday, Manchester United face Aston Villa at Old Trafford. A game that looked like it might not have too much bearing on the title outcome. Now is practically a must-win for United. I mean, especially if City win at Norwich the night before, right, Ben?
Look, we said squeaky bum time earlier in the show, and Fergie will be drumming it into his men and said, look, guys, you are all getting complacent and a little bit cocky. Yep, if you don't win, come this Sunday, I'm going to get you to do 45-kilometer runs the next day.
I mean, especially it's against Aston Villa, you're at home.
Yes, that's right. So
Villa's a team United normally get the better of. And I think... Yes,
but Villa can score goals.
Yeah, they
Villa can score goals.
I think
they just leak goals.
United are very trained at this type of thing. The squeaky bum time, he coined that phrase. He knows exactly what it is to do. When's the last time you saw United slip up twice?
That's true. That's true.
They slip up, but they slip
Blackburn
up
and Newcastle.
The last time they slipped up to Newcastle, they went on an 8-game win, right?
That's true.
So there you go. One more of those.
Right.
But I predict United to win 2-0.
Well, I hope you're right. I think Brian will too.
That's very objective,
From the league, we move our attentions to the FA Cup semi-finals, where two derbies are in store for us, guys. I mean, first, Liverpool face the in-form Everton, hoping to put one foot towards a potential cup double, right? I know you've been real pleased with your team's good run of late, Zack. But can they upset the Reds, you think?
Well, the cliche form goes out the window and all that, and to a certain extent it's true, even more so in a derby situation. I'm sure the likes of Dalglish and Gerrard just love to put another one over Everton, especially in Wembley and all that. But you know what, I mean, if you look at the way the teams have set up, I mean, Liverpool are in a traumatic period, no goalkeepers and everything. So if there was ever a chance to humiliate the Reds on a large scale, this is the time for Everton to do it. And I like the way Moyes, has actually come out and been kind of having a slight dig at Kenny Dalglish and his conspiracy theories. So he's all building up for a great match. Just depends on the referee, Nelson.
Right.
You need a strong guy.
We hope the referee doesn't.
Howard Webb's the ref. Hopefully he's strong enough to deal with all the shenanigans that will go on.
Right. I mean, would you agree with Ben? With Zack, Ben? Sorry.
Yeah. I agree with Zack that form goes out the window, but it's going to be a tough match. I won't be surprised if this match goes to extra time. Jack Rodwell is out, injured. Darren Gibson, he's been a saint for us.
I mean, but Liverpool look like they want that cup badly. I mean,
they've
given up on the league.
Yeah, they're a big occasion team right, Nelson. Don't forget, right? Liverpool can be pants against some of the most mediocre teams around. Put a cup in front of them, you get a different Liverpool.
Exactly,
I mean, those guys.
No, because
they wake up for the big occasion. So they're gonna be bang up for it, right? They'll be bang up for it.
J.W. Henry, he's gonna say to his team, Liverpool, you guys, I put in a lot of money. You guys better give me some silverware. Carling Cup, okay, it's nice.
But FA Cup,
traditional.
It's
always been there.
The season, right?
Yes, it would salvage the season because they're not going to make the Champions League.
All right, okay, well, moving on. The other semi-final sees Tottenham squaring off against arch-rivals Chelsea. Third place seems almost out of reach for Harry Redknapp's team now, Zack. So what better tonic than to make it to the final by knocking out Chelsea?
Yeah, and I think if they cling on to fourth, make it to the final, knock out Chelsea, it's been a successful season, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But Spurs, as you said earlier on the show, they have a habit of fading before the finish line, and this is a chance for them to prove all of us cynics wrong, I mean, they certainly have the team, but I've been looking at likes of Bale and Van der Vaart and that. Have they gone off the boil? I mean, maybe. But
complacency, man.
I don't know. Maybe it's fatigue or what have you. Those guys have been playing a lot of games. But when it comes to the cup, we'll see. Maybe things are different for Spurs. I'm hoping they beat Chelsea. You know what I mean? A more flamboyant team, right?
I mean, look, Van der Vaart. Zack mentioned Van der Vaart. I mean, with him in the side, they are a better team.
Yeah, they got more options.
They've proved it, right? So what do you see happening in this one, Ben?
Again, extra time.
Extra time.
Actually, this one goes to penalties, and I think.
Who would you say would make it to the final?
Spurs. Just.
Spurs.
Yeah.
So well, rooting for Spurs then, eh?
Yeah.
Right. Well.
Yeah.
I don't see any Chelsea fans amongst them. But it's down to the football, right? In this kind of situation, you want a team that plays the nicer football, cavalier football.
Yep.
They go on there. No
That's
disrespect to Liverpool, but I want it to be an Everton Spurs final, mate.
If you saw the Spurs-Chelsea game just a couple of weeks back, that game could have gone either way.
You're right.
So this game could go either way, but I think it will come down to luck and penalties.
Okay, so we'll see what happens. Thanks for your thoughts. Before we bid you goodbye, do remember to check out the contest that's still running on football.thestar.com.my, where loads of money prizes from Tiger FC, Adidas, Senq are up for grabs, on top, of course, of FA Cup final tickets, courtesy of Astro and Emirates. So till we see you next week, same time, same place. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your football. We'll see you real soon.